Well, if you have a cell phone or a home phone, you might want to take a closer look at your bill.
For the last few years, you've been paying a fee that's supposed to help local governments provide police and fire protection.
Yes, but is that money really helping to keep you safe? Tonight, Fox 11 is on special assignment. Robert Hornacek follows the money.
Like most small-town police departments, Clintonville is dealing with tough budgets.
We need equipment, we need personnel.
The last few years, Sergeant Gene Meyer has been searching for grants to help keep the department running.
We could use money for just about anything here.
Then he stumbled onto something.
I looked at this fee on my cell phone bill, police and fire protection fee.
So the 24-year veteran went to work, trying to find out more about the fee and how his department could benefit from it. But the investigator ran into roadblocks. He made phone calls and sent emails to elected officials and state agencies, but got nowhere.
It's frustrating trying to get answers and not getting them.
Meyer contacted Fox 11 on special assignment. We found that the police and fire protection fee does help fund police and fire services, but not as directly as you might think. The fee was created in the 2009 state budget. It requires residents to pay a 75-cent fee every month for home phones and cell phones. In 2010, the fee brought in more than $46 million. In 2011, it brought in even more than $61 million.
That's a ton of money.
The money goes into the general fund, which is basically a big pot of money used to pay for government services. From that pot of money, the state sends money back to local governments to pay for things like police and fire protection, roads, and parks. Kristen Roosh is with the Public Service Commission, the agency that administers the fee. She says the PSC has received several complaints from residents about the charge.
We've certainly heard from people who want to see the fee taken off of their phone bill and collected the way it used to be through general fund taxes.
Two Rivers City Manager Greg Buckley has also had residents complain about the fee.
There's been a lot of confusion about that. People assume it's something extra that the cities are getting specifically to pay for police and fire protection, when in fact it was a shell game.
Here's how it worked. The state created the new fee to supposedly protect police and fire services from cuts. But instead of adding the new money to the shared revenue program, it simply replaced some of the other tax money that was used to pay for local services. Then the state cut the entire shared revenue program by 3.5%.
All it really was a substitution. We're not getting more money as the result of that fee that appears on the bottom of your phone bill.
So who's to blame for the police and fire protection fee being on your phone bill? Well, that depends on your politics. The fee was imposed under a Democratic governor and a democratically controlled legislature, but that was in 2009. Under the latest state budget, which was put together by a Republican governor and a Republican-controlled legislature, the police and fire protection fee remained intact. Democratic State Senator Dave Hansen served on the Joint Finance Committee in 2009. He says the police and fire protection fee was designed to be a temporary fix.
We put a sunset. It was supposed to go away.
That sunset provision was vetoed by then Governor Jim Doyle, a Democrat. Why, in your estimation, did it make sense to put this on a phone bill?
Well, you know, you have to find a pot of money when the money is in tough situations. And obviously the governor's complained about having a real tough budget in the last budget, but Governor Doyle had a real tough budget too. And you just don't want your police and fire protection to go away. It's just so key. So sometimes you have to find pots of money to make sure that certain things are protected. And I think the fact that we did put that in on a temporary basis did help.
It was also a fee people might not notice. That's because in 2009, a similar fee that was used to pay for upgrades to 911 service was set to end. That fee only applied to cell phones. The new fee was expanded, and the money used to help balance the budget. Todd Berry is with the Wisconsin Taxpayers Alliance.
They have found a lot of ways to generate revenue to help, at least on paper, balance the budget without general fund tax increases.
He says despite the fee, state aid to local governments is at the same level it was 20 years ago. He doesn't expect the police and fire protection fee to go away anytime soon.
Generally speaking, when things go into law, regardless of the legislature, it tends to stick around, particularly if it generates more revenue.
Gene Meyer is happy to finally have some answers, but he'd like to see the money go directly to his department rather than get funneled through Madison.
It's my firm belief it should go to the police and fire departments. If that's the reason that you're going to collect it, and that's what people believe it's going to be spent on, I think that's where it should be going.
There is a possibility the fee could be changed. A special committee in Madison is currently reviewing the state's 911 system and looking at potential funding sources. Local officials like Greg Buckley in Two Rivers fear any changes to the fee could end up in another cut to shared revenue, which would mean even less money for police and fire protection. For Fox 11 on Special Assignment, I'm Robert Hornacek.